You can always tell what kind of person somebody is by the type of love that they crave. Now, there's of course physical love, there's emotional love, there's intellectual love, and there's spiritual love. Now, when somebody craves physical love, they're a very basic person. If that's almost all they need, and maybe they want a little bit of emotional love, if they crave physical love, the sexual activity, and then that's what they're mainly after, then that person is very basic. That person can be seen as a bad example for anybody seeking something beyond. If you just crave emotional love or keep it mainly to that, you're an average person. You might have deep feelings about the person you're with, about friends and family, about people in society, but you still are more concerned with the emotional feedback that you get as a result of being with other people, the emotional feedback you get from loving other people, even. And it's not a complex love, but it can still be very compassionate love, just emotional attachment, emotional sacrifice to other people, hoping in exchange to receive the same. Now, if intellectual love is what you desire, what you want to get from your loving connections, intellectual love has to do with ideology. It has to do with talking about ideas with your spouse, ideas with your friends, with your family. It has to do with talking about what really makes reality tick, what makes human beings tick, and how that how that affects us as people. If you can find friends and loved ones and family members that can value this, that's very amazing because most people don't value intellectual love. Intellectual love is an exchange of ideas. You usually don't think of old scholars debating in a hall as loving each other, but when that exchange, and it's rarely in that case is the intellectual love I'm talking about. In the intellectual love exchange, it involves bouncing ideas from one to another without a feeling of dominance, without a desire to be dominant over the other, but just trying to relate to each other, trying to understand what each other believes. And if you bounce ideas back and forth in a compassionate way where you're not trying to dominate or just trying to be right, and you instead want to learn and exchange, then that's intellectual love. Now, spiritual love is a whole new ballgame. Spiritual love has to do with getting down to what our soul feels, what our soul is, and how all souls are connected. Spiritual love is something that you don't have to have physical or even verbal contact to exchange. Sometimes people sit before gurus, even far away in a room, and their vibration just goes out, and you feel that spiritual love. They're communicating through vibration. But spiritual love is basically nurturing or feeling that somebody is nurturing your connection to the universe, your connection to everything. And when you're around somebody who strengthens that connection, you feel like they're strengthening that connection, or knows knowledge that will lead you along the path to strengthen that connection, then you are experiencing spiritual love. And when you feel loved for who you are as a soul, when someone looks at you and you know this person is very compassionate, very loving, and very open to whoever you are, no matter who you are, and you have that feeling that they are accepting you as a soul, then you do feel that spiritual love. And it's incredibly rare in our society, in any society in the world, on Earth, that spiritual love is felt, understood, and reciprocated, especially. But spiritual love is the highest vibration of love that human beings can experience, that anybody can experience on this earth, and in that it is infinite, expanding love. With intellectual love, with emotional love, with physical love, there's always a cap on it. There's always a cap on what we can feel and what we can give out if it doesn't expand into spiritual love. And some of these things do expand into spiritual love, and then that is infinite. But if those are capped out, then spiritual love is really the only thing that is infinite. So these have been a few of my ideas on love. Physical love, emotional love, intellectual love, spiritual love. So I hope that you found this interesting. I hope this helped a little bit and made you think about love in general. And this is kind of done off the fly. So I'm willing to engage in conversation down in the comments section, and I'm open to the idea that I'm wrong. But this is kind of how I view love, and I hope you all have a great day because I'm having a pretty good one myself.